What is an espresso? Most of us have heard of it, even if we have never had one ourselves. This roughly 30ml shot of coffee is the base ingredient for some of the most consumed coffees in the world today, from the Americano, made with extra water, to the Cortado, made with equal parts steamed milk and coffee. The origins of espresso come from the first patented machine, created in 1884 by the Italian inventor Angelo Moriando. This machine, called La Moriando, which doesn't exactly sound incredible, but was a lot better than the other title for it on the patent of New Steam Machinery made with the economic and instantaneous confection of coffee beverage, Method A Moriando, which doesn't exactly roll off the tongue in the same way, was quite similar to that of Louis Bernard Rabout's coffee machine from 1822. They both forced hot water through coffee grounds using steam pressure. The method that these machines used, however, was not fit for how we would see it in the modern day, as they were merely used to create coffee in as fast a way as possible in large batches and not the single cups that we are so used to. The name espresso became more popular later on, when the Buzzera and Pavoni machines entered the scene in 1901 and 1905 respectively. There is a debate as to the exact meaning of the word espresso, with one side arguing that it means to express or expressing the flavour out of the beans, and the other side arguing that it is in relation to the speed at which an espresso can be made. Such as an express train might go along a track quickly, these coffees could be made in as fast as 45 seconds a cup. A key innovation into the world of espresso came in 1938, when Achille Gaggia added a simple thing onto his machines. He added a lever that was spring-loaded that, when depressed and released by the user, would apply additional pressure onto the water, thereby pulling the boiling water through the grounds at a higher pressure than ever before. This allowed for smaller grounds to be used. Smaller grounds meant better extraction, and that meant a better cup of espresso to be created than ever before. The Second World War, however, did put a damper on Gaggia's ambitions. Additionally, it didn't do any favours for the reputation of espresso with Americans, as the story goes that American troops, when they were fighting their way up Italy, found espresso to be too strong, and they asked for their espressos to be watered down a bit. Thus, apparently the story goes, this created the Cafe Americano, or the Americano, as most people might know it. It is worth noting, however, that this is not a confirmed story and is slightly apocryphal, as the first actual English appearance of the phrase only appeared in the Sunday Gleaner in 1964, a significant while after the end of the Second World War. Another part of espresso that Gaggia's innovation brought to us was that of the crema. This foam on the top of espressos that we all now expect did not exist until Gaggia's machines. The process of forcing very hot water through the grounds at a higher pressure than ever before created a natural foamy cream on top of the drink, which Gaggia marketed as crema naturale, or natural cream. This feature was so distinctive that the original name for the modern espresso was crema cafe, or cream coffee. Since the end of the Second World War and the rise of globalism and the ease of trade that this has brought, the world has not stopped loving coffee, with in 2022 the spend worldwide being $127 billion on coffee alone. In that same year, 2022, espresso was reported to be the 7th most popular coffee beverage in the United States. As well as this, derivatives of espresso such as cappuccino, lattes, macchiatos, americanos were also in the top 10, showing that espresso has a hold on how we drink our coffee. So whether you like it as a single shot, or with milk, or with cream, or with extra water, the espresso is going to continue to dominate the world of coffee for a long time to come.